Alright, so anniversary is coming up, and I'm just going to be talking about some things I recommend doing to get ready for it if you have been taking a break for a while, and maybe you're kind of low on some specific resources, but you plan on, depending on what the anniversary character is, to, get in, max out the characters that you're in the pulling, play some of the game. So, yeah, I think the most important thing that a lot of players are going to be low on, especially if they've been on a break, is gold. Gold is tough for a lot of people, and there's no secret. You just go in the gold dungeon and you farm. A lot of free-to-play players I've seen have been holding on to a lot of skip tickets. So I would recommend using like half of your skip tickets just on gold. If you're like under 200 million, I know right before anniversary I'm going to be wanting to be at the 200 million threshold because it's... You'll be surprised how fast gold goes through, especially if you're re-gearing a lot of characters. So gold is number one. If you, again, took a break and you're not in need of gold, that's nice, but I know a lot of you will be, especially because I've seen so many people's screenshots and they have like 1 million gold. Like, bro, please farm some gold. There's no other better way of farming gold. It's just a gold dungeon, skip ticket, farm it for like a few hours or overnight on like the like power save mode. So it doesn't, destroy your battery. That's my number one recommendation. Don't gimp on gold. A lot of you might have skipped a bunch of festivals, so I would recommend looking over what festivals you're missing and which ones are likely going to be on the banner. Two of which I'm pretty sure will be, unless they really, really gimp the votes, is the one Ultimate, Purgatory Meliodas. I would assume Berserk Estarossa as well. I don't think Mael will be. So if you're in need of books, make sure to get them beforehand so you don't have to farm them. If you need light and dark books, it's really... I always get questions on how to get light and dark books. It's very simple. Once you get any element book, you would be surprised. For a long time, the most searched term for Grand Cross on YouTube was how to get dark books. For a long time. The number one. You get any books whatsoever, and you can convert them on King here, or actually on the character itself. But if you want to, just hold on and wait, this option right here, you can, boom, light or dark. I'm going to assume the anniversary character will be dark? I don't know. So I'll be making like, a bunch of dark books and just hang on to them. But I wouldn't wait for the actual anniversary character element because we don't know. Just look which festivals you're missing and stuff like that. And not just festivals, there's a lot of unfeatured characters that will likely be on the banner. I made like a weird chart of characters that will likely be on the banner if voting for unfeatured is allowed, which I can't see it not being really. But you look at what characters you're missing, like Freyr, Red Tarmiel, Red Tonar, Blue Kusok, and get books for them. Just make sure, you have them in stock. Even if you don't pull them, you might. Now this one's big because if you've been logging in but not playing the game, you probably have a lot of this bad boy right here. The time one. The time dungeon. The time dungeons, I have 9 of them. The time dungeon is rough. I would say for majority of players, your decision will be between Envos and SA coins. This right here... I've never done. I think maybe I've done it once for the guaranteed rewards for first clear. But this one is... see what you need most. Do you have enough Envos that you can craft a whole gear set for the new character? Like a new full UR set for the new character, reroll, hammer it up, stuff like that. Then, if you don't, get the Envos. There's no need for like a fast clear team when it comes to the Envos because there's like 24 hours for you to do it. Now when it comes to the SA coins, you just put your best characters. There is a time limit, but it's not that big of a deal. It's not like you need to be as fast as possible, you just need to do it under the time threshold. If you have like no SA coins, I'll get that. If you have not been playing the game, I would say you probably need either or. I hope you've been logging in at the very least to get these though. These are very important. Make sure you do them beforehand because they take hours if you have a multiple of them. That's why I have 9. They take hours to do. So Do it before, or you're not going to want to do it after you pull the character and you have to do a bunch of stuff. Now this one's big because I've been mentioning like people that haven't been playing the game, because that's most of you. If you have only been logging in, you should be fine. You should still have your PvP rank at Champ 5, but if you have not, and if you have not logged in for several weeks, you might be all the way down in PvP. So if you want to take your time, I would suggest to get, a bunch of ranks up as fast as possible so you can get gems before the banner, so you can keep logging in. Now you have a month on global to get a bunch of free gems from PvP. Again, if you're all the way down in the PvP ranks, even if you are bronze, if you just buy the PvP stamina from, if you just buy the PvP stamina from the friendship shop, you should actually grind PvP levels very, very fast. You don't need to use gems, just use your free PvP stamina and the ones from the friend points. Grind to champ back. You don't have to grind past champ 5. If you're already at champ 5, maybe you'd want to try going above champ 5 for some extra gems. But again, if you have not been at it for a long time, not been logging in, get it now so you have gems for anniversary. 4 weeks is 200 extra gems. 200 gems plus the anniversary login, plus the login in general, which, by the way, I recommend you logging in. That goes without saying. Login gives some gems, especially we just had like a celebration which gave summons and stuff for another banner. Login will give you some gems. You should have enough gems to pity the character, especially if you are a little bit, like playing the game a little bit of effort, and you do the daily missions. If you do all the daily missions, log in, and you get the PvP rank to champ 5, it's not even an excuse to not pity the festival character. You're gonna have more than enough gems. So right now in the game, this little tower thing is giving you a bunch of rewards. Make sure to do it. It's going away on the 25th. Again, make sure to do this tower before it goes away, especially because costume upgrade materials, raid materials, very important to get a character up. If you've been slacking, do raids. They don't take very long, especially if you just don't even want to bother. Because listen, I know how it is. I don't care about actually going for the hardest difficulty anymore for a long time. Spawn your raids, or, join up on a raid. Go on like hard mode. Do something else while you raid and just auto. Alright? Just make sure to do this right now. As many days as you remember. And you have enough materials to get your characters up. Especially if you have multiple characters to level up. If you're missing a bunch of characters, like I said, you skipped out on Ascanor. I was looking for Ascanor here. You skipped out on Ascanor. You skipped out on Purgatory Meliodas. And you're probably, wanting to pull them. You might pull them. You could be in need of those materials to level them up in the first place. So do as many raids as you can. You don't have to do the highest difficulty if you don't want to actually stress about it. Just do a difficulty that you can auto so that you can actually get up to doing it. It's like, sure, the optimal way of doing it is the highest difficulty, but if doing the highest difficulty is going to make you not want to do it, then why even bother? Do a difficulty that you want to actually do it, and if you at least get it done, you have enough materials. You don't have to stress. I'm sure every active player watching is getting really annoyed that I keep mentioning this, but it's true because a lot of players that watch me are not active. If you have not been active, try to do Labyrinth. Labyrinth is not very hard. I have a guide for it. Many YouTubers have guides for it if you don't like mine. The reward you get from it is totally worth it. I can't see this one. You get 30 gems from it, and you also get some pendants, anvils, more gems. Alpha for Mael, but if you don't have Mael, it's worthless unless you end up pulling him in the future. It's worth doing it. You get some anvils as well, SA coins. For the time investment, it's actually pretty worth if you have some good units. You don't even have to have them leveled up. You just have to have them. Do it. Do as much as you can. The rewards are actually pretty worth it. Same goes for Tower of Challenge. This activity is a about to be removed from the game. So if you're waiting for anniversary, chances are it's actually going to be removed in the anniversary patch. I wouldn't be surprised. There's no actual like date on when it's going to be removed, but I would not be surprised. They've already said these are the last stages. It's going to be removed from the game. So if you've been missing out on these rewards, it's never going to be obtainable again. If you have stages you haven't completed of Tower, get a guide, you know, do them. Bash your head against the wall if you need to. The rewards are going away forever, and you don't want to be missing out on 30 gems right here from this, 30 from here, 30 UR coins right here, 20 SA coins plus whatever it comes with it. Make sure to do this. I want to do the most boring one. There's not much else. The cave. If you've been, again, similar to this right here, the time dungeon that you've been accumulating for a while, the training cave you've probably been accumulating on as well. And the training cave is honestly very easy. I have 12 right here because I cannot be asked. But if you need envils, but especially hammers, if you need hammers, plow through them on auto and you're good to go. Especially if you've already had teams made up for it. I already have mine. If you don't, well, is what it is. But you can auto literally all the stages with the levels we have right now. If you have characters level 100, they just auto the stages. So make sure to do them before the anniversary so you don't have anything accumulating there and missing out on resources. That's about it for anniversary. You should be good to go. You should have enough gems. You should have enough materials if you just do everything.